Okay, I'm coming back to you today to talk again about LuvMe hair. And the reason that I am coming to you is because I am going to have to wash this wig that I am wearing, that I do love. But I'm going to wash this wig. And so in the meantime, I am going to wear another LuvMe hair wig. And so I wanted to talk to you before I go through that process because as you know, I like to add hair to my wigs because I like a long length on the hair that I like to use in my wigs. And so it doesn't make any sense for me to buy this wig in a 20-inch if I'm going to add hair to it anyway. So I just buy this wig in the shortest length so that I can then add the hair to it that I want. But at the same time, in the parting area, I want to be able to take advantage of the undetectable invisible lace look of the LuvMe hair wigs. And so I have these two wigs. Now this wig I already had just on standby because I like to have a wig on standby, you know, so that I can switch in and out, so that I can wash one wig, and while I'm washing that wig I can have another wig to fall back on. And so I had bought this wig. This is the undetectable lace wig now. But this is the original edition. Then they came out with the what they call invisible knots edition because they completely bleached the knots. They heavily bleached the knots on this particular wig, much more so than on this wig. So while both of these wigs are very similar, this is the original undetectable lace here, and the knots are not bleached. So you can kind of see the brown color tinge of the lace on this particular wig here. And so the difference on this wig, although it is the invisible or the undetectable lace, it is what they are calling the invisible edition, because what they have done now is they have completely bleached the knots on the lace of this wig. And so that is the difference in the two editions of the undetectable lace wig here. Okay, and so here on the left side right here is the invisible bleach knots edition of the undetectable lace wig. And then this is the original edition. The knots are not bleached on this particular wig. So these are the two. They're two of the same wig, and I'm going to use the one on the left hand side. One is 10-inch and the one on the right hand side is 12 inches. So now I'm going to use this wig instead to, you know, use while I am reworking this wig. So what I'm going to do with this wig is I'm going to take this hair out of this wig and I'm going to wash it real good. I'm going to soak it real good, and then I'm going to wash it real good, and then I'm going to come back in and reinstall the hair into the wig. Okay, and so this is my box that I received with my wig and my hair in it. And so in the box is the standard things that you see in all of the different videos, and the wig was in this bag here. But then this is the hair that I am going to use in this wig. And as you know, again, I like to use the LuvMe hair pre-curled hair in my wigs because it's just easier to curl this hair. This hair stays curled like this, the way that it comes, but when it comes time to curl the hair, it holds a better curl when you're using the pre-curled hair. So here is the hair, as you can see here. This is the 28-inch big curl hair, and I'm going to come a little bit closer so that if you want to scan the tag, you can do so. So that's the tag. And it is the big curl. And so I'm going to take this out and show it to you. So this is what it looks like when it first comes out of the pack. And so this is the hair that I am going to use in this wig. Okay, so just some preliminary things I want to talk to you about. I like to use a very strong elastic on my elastic band because if I can get a very secure fit on my wig, then that means that I only have to use just a small amount of got to be glued right around the front just to secure the wig throughout the day, and that decreases the amount of all of that got to be glued spray that will build up on your wig. And so I like to use a very strong elastic, so I will cut this in half and then put a very strong elastic band on my wig so that I will have a secure fit in it. Also, I am going to tweeze the parting area here just a little bit more, just so that I can get more of a straight line appearance, so that when it is applied, it will look more realistic. It'll go straight through the scalp look on the parting area. So I'm going to come back after I tweeze this just a little bit more around the hairline and around the part. Okay, so this is the Bleached Knots Invisible Edition. I'm going to come back and tweeze just a little bit to make more of a straight line part on this. And this is the original edition again, and the difference in the two is very slightly noticeable, but when you put the wig on, you can see the difference in the fact that the knots are not as bleached as they are on the invisible edition of the Undetectable. This is still undetectable, but it is not the invisible edition. The knots are not bleached on this particular wig. Okay, so now I have tweezed this parting area just a little bit more to make more of a straight line here. Well, straighter line. It doesn't have to be completely straight, but I just want to clear the area so that the more of the lace will be seen on the scalp. And you can kind of see how they have bleached the knots a little bit more on this particular edition of the wig, because you can see back here where back in the back part of the wig there's not as much bleaching on the knots as it is in the front. It's completely bleached in the more front area of the wig more so than the back. So it's not, you know, completely bleached all throughout, but they have completely bleached the knots in the front so that you could have that more invisible knots look in the parting areas of the front part of the wig.